Hi guys, this note is from, well, last night. So, it's about the Boy Scouts. This is information because as a kid, there was only one kid in the classroom in the Boy Scouts at the private Catholic school I went to, elementary school. And he was not the nicest kid. He was the leader of the bullies. But then one of his, one of his own, well, the teacher used to call them really lapdogs. One of his own lapdogs, and the teachers back then didn't hold back, you know. One of his lapdogs, what happened to Mark, the Boy Scout, Eagle Scout? He started punching Hector. But Hector, Mark hadn't noticed. Mark was taller and slim, but Hector had turned himself from a fat kid into a muscle kid. He had just started doing that. Somebody must have been training him. And Hector just grabbed the head of Mark and boom, took him to the wall. That was Mark's head to the wall behind Hector. Because wrestling was very popular back then. All right, now, be careful with the WWF, and I don't know if they still exist, but these wrestling soap operas where I'm gonna destroy you. You know, all of that garbage television, the way I look at it. Kids have done those wrestling moves, and their own cousins or little brothers or have died because there was no adult supervision. Good adult supervision, by the way. Boy Scouts. Back to Boy Scouts. They salute the flag of the United States. Which to me was very interesting. You know, I didn't know the Boy Scouts were they not founded in England? I'll have to look that up. I don't know anything about the Boy Scouts. And I don't know much about the Girl Scouts because they didn't salute the flag. They were doing coloring daisies when I was involved with my daughter. So the Boy Scouts salute the flag of the United States, and I was thinking versus the United Nations flag. And Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't salute the flag. I was thinking about that too. So to me, the Boy Scouts really is, in a way, a soft way, it's soldier propaganda or recruiting for the military. And this is from a Marine that I worked with. He was a Boy Scout, and he said that he always liked the uniform and the exercise and I think it's called camaraderie, where you have a bunch of friends. But in martial arts, comparing the propaganda of being a soldier or in the military compared to the martial arts, in the martial arts, they talk about be prepared, have a strong mind, a strong body, and a strong spirit. So I like the martial arts more than the Boy Scouts. All right, another topic is Shabbat. Shabbat is the Holy Saturday or something, but it really starts on Fridays for the Jews. What they do on Shabbat, because I used to be a security guard, and they're not supposed to drive, they're not supposed to talk about money or accept money or pay money. But what they do on those days that I remember, they would all go to Grandma's house. And that was a beautiful tradition. I mean, you got all these young people and they're all going to, I forgot the name of the lady, but they were all going to Mrs. apartment 1007 or something. They were all going to her apartment. And from there, I watched on YouTube videos, apparently they sing, they talk, they eat together, but they spend the time together. That was very nice. Versus all the young people going dancing. Go dancing on Saturday, but not on Friday. And I actually recommend that because if you go on a Friday, you just worked, Now some guys they go on Friday and Saturday, but I don't recommend going dancing anymore because I don't know if they still smoke cigarettes in there. When I was 23, I went and it smelled like cigarettes. I came out smelling like cigarettes. I was like, ah. And the music was too loud. I only lasted 1 hour. You know, I could never take it. All right, so Shabbats are celebrated at home, but at the Boy Scouts, my son has fun. Oh yeah, so like I do try to celebrate Shabbat every Friday, but the reason I don't hang out on Shabbat, like what goes on is that at home I have 3 angry women, you know, and this is my own family, my mother, my daughter, and the spouse, the spouse. So one Boy Scout to another, I heard this one. Where's your mom? Oh, she stayed home to clean the house. Now, like, what? There's not one dad that did that. I think there's not one dad. Now, on the way walking to the Boy Scout meeting, we did see one man cleaning his pickup truck. And I always remember my grandfather cleaning his car every weekend. And I didn't like it because he wouldn't play with me, he wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't talk or play to me or probably even look at me, you know. And I always, even back then, I said something like, when I have kids, I'm not going to be wasting my time cleaning the car. Now that the only time I cleaned the car was when I was going on a date. And so perhaps on the gas station when we walked by, that's what this guy was doing, but he was taking too long. I think he's one of those military guys or super clean guys. Alright, so minutes before the Boy Scout meeting, my daughter says she needs shoes, which cost $30, and the Boy Scouts cost $29. And I was thinking, well, I should give the money to my daughter, but my grandmother gave me the $35 for the Boy Scouts, so I spent it on the Boy Scouts. And my daughter, her feet are growing bigger, and so the shoes still look good, but they don't fit her anymore. One surprise was that the spouse didn't pick us up from the Boy Scouts. She didn't know. She said, I didn't know where the church was. She had been there before. So we had to walk home, which was dangerous because of that gas station where all the cars turn. But she's going to pick us up now. And the only reason I go to the Boy Scouts is really just to get my son out of the house. Because otherwise he wants to start, well, we don't have internet, but he wants to start watching movies and things like that. Like we went to the library yesterday and today. And the spouse said to me, I didn't get to watch my movie. That means I have to return it on Wednesday. I'm like, all right. I mean, don't even bring any movies here. There is no time. And when you have kids, and she has the least amount of time of any adult here. Even the kids, even, what? Well, she doesn't have time to what? She works, then she cleans the house, then she goes shopping, and she doesn't have time to watch a movie. Alright, enjoy your life, be better than I am. What she could do is just watch the movie at the library. But then she's going to want the laptop and I'm using it. Maybe not. Maybe we could do something. Like use the computers at the library. Alright, enjoy your life, be better than I am.